Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's Shade. It's been a while, so I figured, I'd nab a story off of Reddit and read it to y'all. So, I got this from the r slash ask Reddit. Uh, the question is, what is a crazy ass story what crazy ass story do you need to tell? We are grabbing a story off of Twat Waffle 53. Goodness gracious, that is a good ass name. Anyways, let's get into it. When my mom was pregnant with me, she and my father divorced and he gave up all parental rights. I never met him or spoken to him, only seen few pictures. About 2 years ago, I worked at a healthcare facility where I would float to different offices around the country based on who needed the help. This one particular morning, I was checking the doctor's schedule and saw my father's name. He was scheduled to be in the office next door to where I was working and thought it would be pretty crazy because I would most likely wouldn't see him. The time of his appointment came and he walked into my office, came straight up to me and said he had a doctor's appointment with Dr. X. My heart was racing because I knew him as soon as he walked through the door. Told him Dr. X was in the office next door and he left. A little while later, I walked over to the office to deliver some faxes, and on my way out, he trailed behind me and I held the door for him. He said thank you, and that was one of my only interactions with my father in 30 years of living. Edit. Y'all really made my day with this karma and silver. Thanks, kind Redditors. That was a pretty good story. It's pretty crazy how your father doesn't recognize you, but you recognize him. It's a pretty crazy story. I think we have time for one more small one. Let me find one real quick. Alright, so this one's from Joyful Sub. A little while back, my roommate was contacted by a wealthy man in the area who wanted to pay her to be his live-in pet for an entire month. She thought that this was a cutesy way of saying it was a sugar daddy slash baby arrangement. Turns out he actually meant that she would be given room, board, and very healthy allowance to spend a large portion of her day dressed as a cat, walking on her hands and knees, eating out of a bowl, using a litter box, and yes, sleeping in a low cage at night. Sex wasn't even on the table. He was only interested in having a human cat for a month. She seriously considered the offer for a weekend and then politely declined. Edit. This allowance would have covered her college tuition for the semester. He knew what he wanted and he was really motivated. That's pretty crazy, Human cat for a month. So, that is insane. Alright. That'll be the story times for the day because this little clip is almost over. This little gameplay. This game is called Left for Blocks on Roblox. If you want to play it for yourself, this will be majority of my gameplay footage because it's one of the only games that is like the only game that allows me to record without it lagging out. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this little two story times. Like, sub, comment if you really feel like it. And yeah, I will catch y'all on the flip side.